so much going on, right? You had Vietnam War, the counterculture, right? The anti-war protests. Of course, you still had the civil rights movement. There was a
Hmm.
riot at the 1968 Democratic National Convention. The assassinations of Martin Luther King Jr. and Robert F. Kennedy. You were at Howard University in such a pivotal time in American history.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. I mean, you name it, people would come through Howard, like Stokely Carmichael.
how do you feel like your art reflected or resisted this social and political the turbulence of this era, excuse me.
Um, well, it's. I grew up Black in America, so it's
America.
kind of always there.
Yeah.
I remember seeing white ladies only sign on the bathrooms. I remember going into some stores where they let you shop, but they didn't let you use the bathrooms. They didn't let you try the clothes on. You had to buy them and then take them home. And if they weren't right, they would give you all kinds of grief for trying to return them. And I mean, I
These
remember
clothes
when
were worn by a Negro?
they don't think they told people that
Yeah. Yeah.
because a lot of people wouldn't have bought them. They may as well have been trash. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I remember like taking the bus. We would drive south. My mother's from Mississippi. My father's from Texas. When we drove to the south, just the looks and the things we would get stopping for gas. If we took the bus to the south, they would tell you, we cannot guarantee your seats when you get past the Mason-Dixon line. That even though you paid like everybody else, if somebody white wanted your seat and you had 6 more hours on your trip, you would have to stand up.
Yeah.
Or if you wanted to, try to buy another ticket on another bus, but they did not guarantee your seats. And my parents once were on a church bus trip, and some people in the South thought that they were freedom riders. And they asked them, "Is y'all the freedom riders?" And they said, "No, no, no. We're just a church group." And my brother and I were like, "Well, you should have said you were freedom riders." I didn't understand that freedom riders' buses were getting burnt,
Yeah.
blown up,
Yes.
and that people were getting beaten, killed, you name it. I didn't understand that. But, I was a kid. But so all of that is part and parcel of who I am. So it's not a kind of
It's not something you just adopt and
thing coming in and, oh, that's interesting, like learning French or something, which
Right.
I took. That's different. Yeah, I like it. It's just a part of who I am. We do have MAGA going on, and with them trying to, like they said, they want to take it back to another time, probably back to those times I'm talking about, like, the 50s or whenever they think it was great. I guarantee you it wasn't last year or a year before last. So
Yeah. Well,
it's
now we
better,
have,
worse in some ways, but better in a lot of ways.
yeah. Well, at the moment, we have people still of a certain color being disappeared off the streets.
Yep.
But
Yep.
Caron Tate,
And American citizens included.
American citizens.
Yep.
History repeating itself in one way or the other. Yeah. So, I mean, these conversations and in the play, you're talking about 60s, but it's still the conversation still continues today.
Same old talk. Yep.